Teacher talking sports, what does what do, how we live. And it was just 2 short days ago where the Denver Nuggets won the Western Conference Finals and will be advancing to their first NBA Finals in franchise history. While that should have been big news, Nikola Jokic, of course, winning Western Conference Finals MVP, the two-time MVP, reaching his first finals, going for his first ring. It wasn't necessarily the big story coming out because LeBron James went out and I guess kind of speculated that there's a chance he will retire. I definitely don't think it's going to happen. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. But Charles Barkley last night on TNT was not very happy about what the media was talking about. Let's get into it quick.
I was so mad this morning I had to turn the TV off because the Denver Nuggets, who have been the best basketball team in the world all season, sweep, get to the finals for the first time. Now, you know Mike Malone, I love him, but he's whiny. But he does have a point. No, he has a great.
I agree. He has a point. The Nuggets just have not been talked about enough this season. Same with the Joker.
He has a great point. A great point. I mean, I was like, and I love Mike Malone. I cannot wait. Michael Malone. If you really love him, call him Michael. Okay. Michael Malone. I can't wait to get to Denver. Hey, Sean Payton, I got your text. You and Payton. We're playing Council Pines. I'm ready. He's all over the place. No, I know.
Not sure what he means about that Sean Payton thing. Of course, he's the new head coach of the Broncos.
No, but I was so glad. I was so mad watching TV this morning to everything. Listen, we all love LeBron. He didn't say he was retiring yet, but he does that. We'll do all that stuff. But it should have been all about the Denver Nuggets and Joker, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, and those guys.
Let him know, Chuck. It should have been more about the Nuggets. Unfortunately, it wasn't. We all heard, LeBron trying to decipher what he meant with his words. Is he really going to retire? Well, first off, let's take a look at his contract. Will he be walking away from this by retiring? So it's estimated he's going to be making about $46.9 million next season. And then he has a player option the following season for more than $50 million. Now, LeBron, of course, has a ton of money, but he's a guy who went on the record saying he wanted to be the first athlete who became a billionaire. He is considered a billionaire now, but there's a few other athletes. I don't see him walking away from almost $100 million in salary. He's not a top five player anymore. Borderline top 10, I'd say, but he's still very productive. I don't think he's going to leave the game then. We've heard how he wants to play with Bronny James. Bronny James has said he's going to play at USC. Signed his letter of intent to play there. So he's got to play there at least one season. So LeBron would, if Bronny is a one and done, he'd have to play at least two more seasons in the league to do what he said, to play with his son. And we've seen LeBron do things like this before to try to help have the front office put a little pressure on them to make moves to improve the team. We've seen him do it through the media before. Of course, a lot of speculation about Kyrie Irving, who was at Game 4 of that Lakers-Nuggets series. Will the Lakers look to get Kyrie Irving, especially after D'Angelo Russell was terrible in that conference finals? And it's not the first time he's kind of taken the shine away from the team that won, because after the 2018 NBA Finals, where they were swept by the Warriors, he mentions after Game 4 he was playing with a broken hand, pretty much, right after the sweep occurred. Right after this sweep occurs, he mentions that he kind of talks about how the potential of retirement is there. I just don't see it happening. I also, I think LeBron's gonna. If I had to guess, I think he'd be one of those guys that would enjoy the farewell tour. Where he announces it's his last season each time he goes to um, an opposing arena for the last time. They celebrate his career. I could see him, possibly doing something like that. So I'd say there's a 99.99999% chance he is not retiring, and all this talk about it is a little ridiculous. I think Denver definitely deserves more shine. Nikola Jokic, I did a video yesterday. Can he end up on the Mount Rushmore of centers? What an awesome postseason he's having. It should be discussed more. Looks like they're going to be playing the Heat, but Celtics did win last night to make it 3-1. But what are your thoughts? Do you actually think LeBron James might be retiring? Do you think this is something he did intentionally to put pressure on the front office, maybe to take away the shine from the opposing team? What are your thoughts on all this? Do you agree with Charles Barkley? Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.